Welcome to our podcast about the American Civil War. This was a significant event in history, with far-reaching consequences that continue to shape our world today. Let's take a closer look at the causes of the war, the major events, and the impact it had on American society. The Civil War began in 1861 and lasted for 4 years, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. It was fought primarily over the issue of slavery, with the Confederacy fighting to preserve the institution and the Union fighting to end it. The debate over slavery had been a contentious issue for decades, with tensions rising as more and more states joined the Union, and the issue of whether slavery should be allowed in new states became a hotly contested issue. One of the most important events of the Civil War was the Emancipation Proclamation, issued by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863. This document declared that all slaves in Confederate territory were to be set free, and it helped to change the course of the war. The Emancipation Proclamation was not an immediate solution to slavery, but it laid the groundwork for the eventual passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished slavery throughout the United States. During the Civil War, both the Union and the Confederacy relied heavily on volunteer soldiers to fight their battles. Many of these soldiers were young men, some as young as 15, who had little or no military training. The conditions they faced were harsh and brutal, with disease, starvation, and exposure claiming as many lives as enemy fire. But did you know that during the Civil War, the Union Army created a unit of soldiers who were all immigrants? Known as the Iron Brigade. This unit was made up of soldiers who had recently arrived in the United States and spoke little English. Despite this, they became one of the most famous units in the Union Army, known for their bravery and determination. The Iron Brigade saw action in several key battles, including the Battle of Antietam and the Battle of Gettysburg. Another fascinating fact is that the Civil War was the first war to be extensively photographed. Matthew Brady and Alexander Gardner were two photographers who traveled with the Union Army and documented the war through their photographs. Many of these images are now iconic and provide a unique glimpse into the lives of soldiers and civilians during the war. The photographs captured the horror of the war, showing the devastating effects of battle on soldiers and civilians alike. The Civil War also saw the introduction of several new weapons and technologies, including the Gatling gun, a machine gun capable of firing up to 400 rounds per minute. Despite its effectiveness, the Gatling gun was never widely adopted during the war due to its high cost and the difficulty of transporting it. Other new technologies introduced during the Civil War included ironclad warships, which were armored vessels that were nearly impervious to enemy fire. The war shattered the myth of American exceptionalism and demonstrated that the country was not immune to the divisions and conflicts that had plagued other nations. The war also marked the end of slavery and the beginning of a long struggle for civil rights and equality that continues to this day. In conclusion, the American Civil War was a complex and multifaceted event in history. It was fought over the issue of slavery, but it also involved questions of state sovereignty, economic power, and cultural identity. The war saw the introduction of new weapons and technologies, as well as the creation of some of the most famous units in American military history. The war was deadly, but it also paved the way for the abolition of slavery and the eventual progress toward civil rights and equality. Let us never forget the sacrifices made by those who fought and died in the Civil War, and let us honor their memory by working towards a more just and equitable society for all. Farewell, and thank you for listening.